Welcome to the Warframe Weapon Encyclopedia, where today we're checking out the Kuva Karak. The only way to get this weapon is by vanquishing a Kuva Lich that's wielding it. Now, just in case you don't know how to do that, don't worry, because I recently made an updated guide for hunting down Kuva Liches, and I will link it in the video description. The Kuva Karak is a fully automatic primary rifle that does primarily slash damage, but there's still a lot of puncture and impact on it as well. It comes with a solid enough 23% crit chance, a slightly above average 2.1 times crit multiplier, and a very nice status chance of 31%. And other than that, it has solid fire rate of 11.67, a good magazine of 70 rounds with a fairly swift reload of 1.7 seconds, and it comes with a base punch through of 0.2 meters, which isn't a lot, but it's nice to have. The Karak is also very accurate, even if you go full auto, so you can happily go for headshots even in long range. This is by far the best version of the Karak you can get. It's more accurate, it has a bigger magazine, it has extra punch through, faster reload, better crit multi, and even better status. The only thing it doesn't have over the Karak Wraith is damage. It does slightly less damage, but that's only if you don't count the bonus extra element you get on the weapon based on the Warframe you spawn the Lich with. If you get at least a decent bonus on it, it's gonna be doing similar if not better damage than the Karak Wraith. Now, as far as the actual element goes, you can never go wrong with heat, especially if you want to go for a viral and heat setup, but a toxin or a cold based one is also going to be nice because it's going to save you a mod slot when going for viral. Though only get toxin or cold if you're going for the slash based version and you're not going to be adding heat whatsoever. And finally, before we go over the build, I just quickly want to mention that as a Kuva weapon, it gains more mod capacity and you also extract more mastery from it as you put on more and more forma up to a maximum of 5. So if you want to squeeze the absolute maximum out of this thing and unlock the ability to install a lens, you're gonna have to put on 5 forma. Now, as far as the build goes, it's of course going to be a hybrid of crit and status, and I personally like to go vital and slash. And I'm using Fanged Fusillade to get the extra slash. I'm not using Hunter munitions. One thing that is a bit of a bummer though is that I have to use Rime rounds and Malignant Force because I have bonus heat on my Karak, but if you have bonus toxin or cold, you can run rifle or galvanize aptitude instead of the one that you have as a bonus element. If you have that, you're gonna get a much better ratio of vital and slash. Now, the damage you can get out of this kind of setup is actually very nice, and you can easily take the Kuva Karak through pretty much the entire game, though it's of course not going to perform all that well in Steel Path. If you want to take it there, you're going to have to invest more into it, you need to get galvanized mods, you need to get arcanes and all that kind of good stuff. Okay, so the Kuva Karak isn't amazing. There are other better Kuva weapons out there, but it's also pretty unique because it's not unique at all, funnily enough. Most weapons in Warframe are weird in some way, shape or form, but not the Karaks. The Karaks are just your box standard assault rifles that just feel really good to use. There's just something about the Karaks that makes it so that when someone likes the Karak, they really like the Karak. And I'm one of those people. I love the Karak, so I would highly recommend it, even though it may not be the best weapon in the world.